If you're looking to get a Razer mousepad to match your other Razer peripherals, then you might be faced with the question, which Razer mousepad is the best fit for you? Hi everybody, I'm Edward, and having owned and used a lot of Razer mousepads, in today's video, I'll be focusing on the currently available mousepad surfaces that you can buy from Razer, and sharing my opinion on which type is suitable for which play style and preference to help serve as a point of reference for you to choose from the overwhelming choices of Razer mousepads. So, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new here to stay updated, and let's... the details! Although choosing a mousepad doesn't matter as much as which gaming mouse or keyboard to choose, each Razer mousepad will still be giving you a different experience in terms of mouse movement speed and the precision of controlling the cursor. At the time of filming this video, there are a total of 7 different product families of Razer mousepads to choose from, and with so many choices, I will be grouping them by their mousepad surface types like how Razer does it on their website. So, let's start with Razer's largest group and probably their best-selling line of mousepads, their soft mousepads. Under this group, you will find the Goliathus, Gigantus V2, and the Pro Glide series. These mousepads feature micro-weaved cloth surfaces with rubber foam padded base. The main difference between each series is whether or not the mousepads have stitched edges and the thickness of the base. I won't get too much into the stitched edges because almost all of Razer's newer mousepads do not have them, except for the Strider series, which is probably more prone to fraying. Though, as the edges are now almost level with the pad itself and are soft enough not to cause any discomfort, it won't be that much of an influencing factor. As for the thickness of the mousepad, it will affect your control depending on how heavy your grip is and whether or not you have a smooth enough surface for your mousepad. Thinner soft mats will provide a solid feel similar to hard mousepads, but with more comfort for your wrists. Thicker soft mats, on the other hand, have the benefit that it can negate any uneven surfaces to give you the flattest surface possible. They also provide more cushion for your wrist if you have a heavy hand so they don't hurt after long gaming sessions. Though, because of these softer surfaces, these soft mousepads are slower in terms that they will have more friction or stopping power compared to Razer's hard and hybrid mousepads. The good thing is, if you favor precision and control in your games, such as needing to select specific units in the heat of a real-time strategy game like StarCraft and Age of Empires, then soft mats might be a more suitable option. And if FPS is more your genre, I find that using soft mats make aim correction when you overshoot targets a lot easier and faster than hard mats. In general, the Goliathus, Gigantus V2, and Pro Glide mousepads offer very similar stopping power, especially if you're using a very lightweight mouse such as the Razer Viper Ultimate and the Logitech G Pro X. However, when using a slightly heavier mouse like the Razer Baskis Ultimate, I find that the thicker pads such as the Gigantus V2 XL provide better stopping power than the thinner pads. Maybe it's just me, but feel free to correct me in the comments if you have a different experience. And as for the downsides of soft textile mousepads, it's that they are harder to clean when they become filthy and takes a long time to dry when you do clean them. They also tend to wear unevenly over time, causing different areas of the mousepad to have different stopping power. But in my experience, soft mousepads last quite a few years before you'll begin to notice any surface wear. Moving on to this next group of mats are Razer's hard surface mousepads such as the Sphex V3, Firefly V2, and the Razer Akari. These mousepads offer minimal friction and therefore are Razer's fastest lineup of mousepads. And because of the lack of friction, stopping suddenly will require a lot of skill and practice. I personally find hard mats a little difficult to use because my hands tend to overcorrect when overshooting a target, and they are not as steady as I want them to be. This makes it difficult for me in games that require constant target tracking like CSGO to be very difficult. As for the differences between these mousepads, they differ mainly on the surface material and their thickness. Though, the mousepad thickness does not matter too much when choosing a hard surface other than its portability, each mousepad provides a slightly different level of control. The Firefly V2's micro-texture surface offers the most stopping power among these three, followed by the Specs V3. And as for the Akari, I think this mousepad is designed for those with the best muscle memory accuracy and the steadiest hands, as this mousepad makes it feel like your mouse and hand is skating on ice. And talking about muscle memory, if you can master precise hand movements, then using a hard mousepad allows you to free your speed and skillful precision to the max for games that require constant fast mouse movements. As for the downsides of hard mousepads, the surface tends to wear out a lot faster, and it also wears out your mouse feet pretty fast too. So that's something to keep in mind. But despite that, hard mousepads are the easiest of the bunch to keep clean. Now, for this last category of mousepad service, it had me curious and wondering when it first introduced in August last year. I mean, I understand hard and soft mousepads, but hybrid? What in the world is a hybrid mousepad? But turns out, when I got my hands on the Razer Strider, it quickly became one of my favorite mousepads. The Razer Strider is currently the only mousepad that falls under this category. The surface features a textile weave with a top coating that makes the surface slightly smooth and hard, but with textures to help improve stopping power. The thickness of 3mm is the same as the soft Goliathus mousepads, but features a firmer base, making it easier for faster flicks and glides. And as Razer puts it, it's the best of both soft and hard mousepads, and I have to agree. This mousepad is for those that want slightly more speed than using a soft mousepad, but not too much speed that it becomes hard to stop like when using a hard surface mousepad, which makes it the ideal mousepad surface for gamers like me who slightly have lower hand precision. And even though it has a textile surface, the coating makes it super easy to clean like a hard mousepad thanks to the water repellent coating. Though over time, as the coating gets rubbed off, it might not be as easy to clean anymore. So now that we've gone over the surface materials, you might be wondering which one is the best one to get. Honestly, and you probably won't be satisfied with the answer, it all comes down to your preference to decide which kind of mousepad is best for you. But as a guideline, if you like having the extra stopping power to help in your aiming and like your wrist to be cushioned while playing, then you'll probably do better with a soft surface mousepad. On the other hand, if you play on low DPI and need the least amount of resistance, then a hard mousepad might work better for you. Though, if you're unsure, you can always start with the hybrid Razer Strider. It provides an experience very similar to the hard polycarbonate surface that the Razer Specs mousepad offers, but has a little bit more stopping power and is rollable for portability. Alright, so hopefully today's video has given you a better idea of the experience that each type of Razer mousepad can give you. And if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button and share this video with a friend, as it will really help out this channel a lot more than you know it. And I'll see you again in the next video.